Alright, let me show you, first of all, do I need a new hat? What do you think? I think I do. Let me show you my drip system. I have used in the past, this is 1/2 inch, and I've done a couple of videos on it, but I have never used this drip tape. It's called T-tape. I've never used it, so I want to do a video on that. So far, I am loving it. It is dripping like crazy. So, and what I've done basically, you have to, all drip tape has to have a filter. So I've got a 200 mesh filter on it. I have got a timer on it, and then a pressure reducer, and I believe that's 10 or maybe 15 psi. I bought it from DripWorks. All this from DripWorks. I recommend them. I tell you what. In fact, I called them a day after I made my order and told her I wanted to change something on it. She said, "Man, I don't know. We're fixing to ship that. I have to call down to whatever." I said, "Dang, y'all are just too quick." So they're very fast. Got I priced everywhere, and they've got some of the best prices I've seen. But anyway, you do this is the first time I didn't read their literature until this year. Last year I did it wrong, and I suffered some catastrophic pressure regulator failures. They do not need to be pressurized at all time. Put them after the timer, or if you're not going to put a timer on it, then that's fine. But what I did before was put the regulator here, then the timer, so that pressure regulator stayed charged all the time, and it doesn't need to be. You need to cap off. This is the 1/2 inch line. You just basically kinking it. I bought some of the fittings here at Lowe's. I recommend that you get, instead of the compression fittings, that you get these screw-on. Basically, you just put the hose, stick the hose in there, and then screw that up, and it just screws up on the hose and tightens it up where it won't come off. The compression ones work fine, they work well, but man, if you want to take them loose, you have to get a pair of needle nose pliers up in there and rip that thing. Once it's in there, it's in there. So you really have to, if you want to change your mind, right? If I want to change my mind on this, then I don't, I just unscrew it and cut another piece, put on it. But I just did the video on the blackberries, and but anyway, these, as you can see, are omitting dripping real well, and I'm just impressed. This is flat tape. Let me go to the end of the row real quick, see if I can run 100 feet. Folks, I ain't running nowhere. Who you think I am? But it's dripping all down through here. And this has been on about 30 minutes, and I've already got puddles around my blackberries, so it's doing a good job. But it's called tape. Let me back off a little bit, and as you can see, it's just as flat as it can be. Now this is round because it's charged, it's full of water, but it's got a little kink looking thing here, and it looks to be every 8 inches there is an emitter somewhere. Somehow they form it in there. I don't know how, but that's okay. It's not for me to know how. I crimped the ends off with some heavy duty clamps. I would imagine clothespins would have been just as good, but that's what I had. But if you haven't done any drip irrigation, man, I'm going to recommend it. If you have any kind of row crops or anything that's perennial like that, that's going to be here for a while, go ahead and put you some drip line in, and I'm going to cover these with mulch. I'm going to mulch them like I did with some hay. Not as deep, obviously, because they're not as big, but hopefully they're going to get going. And the more drip irrigation or sprinkler systems or whatever you can put in, the less you're going to have this. And that's just hoses laying everywhere. So I'm fixing to wind up some of these hoses because I just got this drip irrigation put in. Now, wanted you to see it. I think it's going to do well. I've got it on all my blackberries. So 6 100-foot rows, of blackberries, 4 different varieties. And anyway, that is my drip irrigation system. All of them from DripWorks. The tape is called T-tape. They got different mil, but different thicknesses. This is 15 mil, and I think they said if you mulch over it or cover it, it's supposed to last like 6 to 7 years. If you leave it out exposed to the sun, it's supposed to last 4 to 5 years or something like that. So anyway, do your research on it. In fact, they've got some 100-foot rolls of an 8 mil on sale right now for like $11 for a 100-foot row. That's pretty cheap. I bought 750 feet. Don't remember what I paid for it, but that's pretty cheap. And you'll need the pressure reducer, you'll need the filter, and some fittings, and you're done. The fitting, shoot, you're gonna make me walk another daggum 100 feet. Why are you like that? What I won't do for an audience. Okay, let me show you what I got going on here. This is, again, this is around this tubing. I don't know how much my shadow is getting in that. This tubing here is around pretty hard plastic, 1/2-inch plastic. It's your feeder line, or your, they got a fancy word for it. Anyway, feeder tubing, I don't know. Then you punch a little hole in it, a little 1/4-inch hole, and then this is one of the emitters you get with the 1/4-inch. It's got a 1/4-inch barb that sticks in here after you punch your hole, and then that screws on to your T-tape. That's the flat tape I showed you there that is no longer flat because it's full of water. So just check it out, call them, I'm sure they'd be glad to help you. I kind of knew what I wanted because I have done all of this before except for the T-tape. I haven't, the first time I used this T-tape, and I do believe, now that one is leaking. I'm going to have to come tighten that up or something because it is leaking a little bit, and that is not typical. Most of them don't do that. But I am fairly impressed. Well, I say most of them don't do that. That one's doing that. Anyway, I'm not going to walk the other 100 feet on camera. Okay? You just on your own. I got to go. Bye.